sets to Tusculum's 1. Looks like both teams have kept the same lineup from the end of that set, meaning Sosa is now in for Grant. Other than that, there are no changes to the lineups. We see Blanco on the back line getting ready to serve for the Pioneers. Marsan's giving that to Peters to Gardner, who gets the kill. Peters back to serve. Knight giving that to Blanco, back to Scott. Knowles giving that to Sims. Blanco to Walk. So we now have walk-in for the Pioneers. Did not see that when they took the floor. Peters back to serve. Scott giving that to Blanco to Walk. He sends a free ball over. Peters back to Koontz. Maselli getting a hand on that. Knowles giving that to Koontz. Maselli to Blanco. To Walk. Sends it out. Walk sends it out of bounds. Bobcats get the point. Peters back to serve. The ball goes out of bounds. Point for the Pioneers. Scott on the back line to serve. Koontz giving that to Peters, who pulls it out of the net. Knowles hitting it over. Walk going for a kill. Peters to Marsands out of the back row with a beautiful hit, but Knight with just as beautiful as an up. Pioneers get that point off of a touch from the Bobcats. Scott now back to serve again. Koontz to Peters to Gardner. Scott giving that to Blanco, out to Maselli. The Bobcats get that point. So the ball goes out of bounds. We see Koontz rotating back to serve. Maselli to Blanco to Walk from the right side. Peters giving that to Sims, who rolls it over beautifully. And the Bobcats get a point. Koontz back to serve. Knight giving that to Blanco. To Amarim out the middle as he gets the kill. Amarim now rotating back to serve. Ball goes out of bounds. Point for the Bobcats. Gardner's back to serve here. Fortunately, it does not make it over the net. Point for the Pioneers. walk, now walking back to serve. Knowles giving that to Peters, to Backer, who gets the kill out of the middle. We see Sims rotating back to serve for the Bobcats. They have the lead 7-4. Scott getting a touch on that. Fortunately, it's not enough as he sends it into the rafters of our ceiling here. The Bobcats get that point. Sims back to serve again here. Ball goes out of bounds. Point for the Pioneers. Maselli walking back to serve. Knowles giving that to Peters, to Backer, who gets the kill. Bobcats getting really successful with the middles right now. Probably be wise to keep setting them. Marsan serving. And Kuntz giving their overpass right back to them. And he gets the kill. Point Bobcats. Scott giving that to Blanco to walk from the right side, who sends it out of bounds. The Pioneers call a timeout. We will be back shortly. All right, volleyball fans, coming out of this timeout, the Bobcats are in the lead 11 to the Pioneers 5. Bobcats are also leading 2 sets to the Pioneers 1. We see Marsans with his serve. Knight giving that to Blanco, who sends it over. Marsans giving them a free ball. Scott. Peters back to Sims. A lot of back and forth action going on there, but the Pioneers come up with the point. We are seeing number 9 for the Pioneers. That is Stewart come in for Blanco. And Sosa's on the back line serving. Knowles giving that to Peters. Out to Kuntz, but Knowles saves it. And Stewart with a not so pretty double. He knew it as soon as he did it. Bobcats get that point, and Backers rotating to serve. Scott to Stewart, back to Scott. Marsan's getting a hand on that. Backer to Gardner, who sent a free ball over. Maselli out of the back row with a kill for the Pioneers. Stewart back to serve. Kuntz, unfortunately, shaking that ball for the Bobcats. Pioneers get that point. Stewart again. Kuntz to Peters to Gardner. Gardner again with a kill off the overpass. Point Bobcats. Peters is on the back line to serve for the Bobcats. Knight giving that to Stewart to walk. Knowles setting that to Gardner, who rolls it over. Stewart to walk. Who gets the kill. Scott on the back line to serve for the Pioneers. Knowles. Peters saving that overpass. Unfortunately, he goes under the net in the process and gets called. Point for the Pioneers. Scott on the back line serving again. Sends it to the opposite back wall. Point for the Bobcats. Kuntz here. Scott to Stewart to Maselli, who gets the kill. Amarim on the back line ready to serve. Ball goes out of bounds. Point for the Bobcats. That is a lot of missed serves this game. But the Bobcats not having quite as many as the Pioneers for once. Stewart giving that to Walk. Walk sending a free ball over. Gardner to Peters. Bobcats are called for 4 as there is no touch on the block. Pioneers get that point. Walk serving here. Knowles giving that to Peters, back to Sims, who gets the kill off the block. Sims rotating back here to serve. Knight giving that to Stewart to Maselli, who sends it out of bounds. Point for the Bobcats. Sims getting ready to serve here. Scott giving that to Stewart to Maselli. And Knowles with a beautiful dig. And Bobcats blocking Sosa there out of the middle, getting the point. Crowd going wild for Knowles is up off of Maselli's ball. You see the Pioneers call a timeout here. We will be back shortly.
I get that.
Sims serving there, hitting his own teammate in the back of the head. That's Lonnie's favorite. If he was here, he would have been loving that. Maselli on the back line serving. Knowles with a good up. Peters to Marsans. Unfortunately, he hits it out of bounds. Point for the Pioneers. Knowles getting a hold of that. Unfortunately, it goes out of bounds by hitting the antenna. Point for the Pioneers. Maselli serving. Peters to Sims. Walt getting a hold of that. Maselli getting a kill off the block. Maselli serving here. Kuntz getting a great touch on that. Sims sending a free ball over. And Stewart gets the kill off the second ball. Point for the Pioneers. They now close the gap, now only trailing by 1 point. The Bobcats will call a timeout here. We'll be right back. Coming out of this timeout, the Pioneers have now closed the gap that the Bobcats had. Now only trailing by 1 point, 17-18, and Maselli's on the back line ready to serve. Sends it straight into the net, point for the Bobcats. Marsan's rotating back to serve. Maselli shanking that, but Sosa with a good save. And Stewart sending a free ball. Peters to Marsan's, who gets the kill off the Pioneers' head. Point for the Bobcats. Marsan serving here. Knight trying to get under that. Unfortunately, it's not enough. Marsan's gets an ace. What'd they say? Marsan's again. Knight to Stewart to Scott. Peters with a kill there. Beautifully done. Bobcats are ready to take this game. They are now leading 22-17. Marsan serving again. Knight sending an overpass. Knowles giving that to Peters. To Backer. Walt getting under that. Peters to Kuntz. Maselli getting a hand on that one. And Scott gets the kill off of a Bobcat touch. Sosa now on the back line to serve. Ball goes out of bounds. Point for the Bobcats. We see Nash Rowan coming in for the Bobcats. Getting ready to serve. Maselli giving an overpass and Gardner stuffing it back in their face. In their face. Point Bobcats. We see Kampshoff come in for Maselli. Knight to Stewart to Scott. Kuntz to Peters, back to Sims. Sends it out of bounds. Point for the Pioneers. Your Bobcats are at set match. Let's see if they can close it out here. Stewart's on the back line getting ready to serve. The ball goes out of bounds and your Bobcats win the game. Bobcats now leading. Bobcats win 3 sets to Tusculum's 1.